How's it going there, YouTube? Well, haven't had any videos for a couple of weeks. Just haven't had a whole heck of a lot going on. I've been running some scrap metal, and though the scrap price is still super good. It's actually $305 a ton yesterday, but I took a load in this morning. It's only at $260 a ton for a load of shred. So whatever. Walked out with almost 50 bucks. No big deal. But that's gonna cover some of my expenses from this morning. It's up to Charlie Church's this morning, and I finally got oil filters for that W4, and we're gonna do an oil change on the W4 before I try to start it. I'm gonna at least do the oil change, put a little gas in, and put some water in the rat at least for today. Charge the battery up, and maybe we'll see if it'll start today. So I'm gonna go at it here a little bit. We'll get this cover off, and we'll go from there. So these are the oil filters I got from Church's this morning. I was actually quite surprised you could still walk in the dealership and get a oil filter for 1951 tractor. I'm gonna run 30-weight motor oil here. Not exactly sure how much goes in it, but the W4, as most of you know, as I've showed in the other videos, it does have petcocks on the side to check your oil level, so it's impossible to get this incorrect. I figure it's going to take at least 5 liters. So when I start filling up with engine oil, I'll crack that top petcock open, and now I do know you have to start the tractor to refill the oil filter element. So we'll start with 5 liters, and we'll see how much it goes from there. Then next time we know. The Hart-Parr, on the other hand, it takes almost 2 gallons of engine oil. So maybe I'll try that one next week. It's supposed to be a really nice week this week. But anyway, I'm gonna grab the tripod and the camera here, and you guys can watch me go at these things a little bit. Well, maybe I'll get you guys a little action shot. I never really did tie the tarp back down on this tractor. On the last video I did with it, I just kind of put it back on top. But maybe I'll do a video one of these days, and I'll show you guys how to tie some knots and whatnot, the tarp knots, and do a square knot and whatnot. Another video I can do for you guys at some point. I think I got it pretty well knotted already. Never did get that other tarp for the Hart-Parr just yet. Of course, I haven't exactly been to Princess Auto that many times since the last lockdown anyway. I'm gonna try to do a little theme here. I want to have the tractors have the matching tarps as well. That's what Gramps used to do back in the day, so you guys know me well enough. Try to keep with the theme of that. There she is. Well, she's fared well over the winter time. I still have a little bit of work I want to do. I want to clay bar the hood and the top of the gas tank and whatnot, maybe a little wet sand to polish up a little bit, but I'm going to practice on something else first. So I've done it a few times before, but I haven't done the whole set. I've been kind of watching YouTube to learn how to do it. A little wet sand and buff and polish, make the paint really pop nice. But did get a little bit of overspray up by where the starting tank used to be, so I'm going to try to get that cleaned off too. But other than that, it looks really good. I got a couple little paint touch-ups, a few little things here, this and that. Still got to paint the oil pan down there underneath, so maybe I'll start that today. Weather's starting to be nice again. I didn't do anything with it all winter long. Unlike 2 winters ago when I first got the W4, I pretty much made it all winter long working on tractors. We've had some pretty mild winters here, the last 2 years anyway. I'm gonna go grab the battery out of the house there. I'll get the charger and we can get that charged up. So I'll be right back. We got the battery out here now. This is a positive ground system, which I'm pretty sure most 6-volt systems are. Because back in the day, the theory was that if the ground was positive, then it would positively charge the metal in the tractor and help keep rust and corrosion away. Whether or not that actually was right, I couldn't tell you, but the old W4 really wasn't in bad shape when I first got it. If you guys look back at the videos, someone's getting a load of lumber delivered across the street there. If you wonder what the background noise is, I'm gonna go grab a little wrench and we'll tighten these up and then get the trickle charger hooked up. Then we'll move on to that oil change. I was thinking the other night, I was watching that RFD TV. If I end up getting another international tractor, I'd like to get a Super MTA farm oil, but of course I don't have the most room here. And we all know a Super MTA is a very expensive tractor to get. Oop. You guys didn't see that. I'd like to get a Super MTA, but I'm kind of leaning towards getting... Oh, here we go. So we got 11/16 wrench here. I know what someone's going to say. Oh, shouldn't you have the tractor run before you drain the oil? Well, when you let things sit over the winter time, things settle. So I'm not going to run it, and well, I don't have any gasoline anyway in it, so that's coming up next. Yeah, she's a little bit dirty. Now, Charlie did the oil change on this tractor before I got it, so shouldn't be too bad. Also, another trick you can do too, pop your fill cap off, of course, and give you a little bit of vacuum, and that'll help your oil drain faster. I'm going to see if I can't drain the oil filter housing before I pull the top off. See if I can't make a big mess of this. Hopefully got my pan in the right spot here. And don't drop the plug in the oil. There we go. Do this now too. That back in there. Put the plug with that one. Got this guy off. This 7/8 rod on the top. Since I got this off, might be a good time to go in behind there and clean up behind the oil filter housings. I never did do that when I originally painted it, so might be a good time to go ahead and do that. Looks the same. I'm going to go ahead and wipe this out and clean up a little bit, and I'll check in with you guys here in a little bit. Got the new filter here ready to go in. I changed the O-ring in the housing. There's an O-ring that goes on the bottom of this base. So hopefully I can get this back in. I'm going to leave this the back side of it that I never painted last year, so I'm going to try to leave that out so I can paint it. Probably when I try to do the oil pan and whatnot. I'll go ahead and do that too. Yeah, so I'm going to try to leave that dirty part outside so I can get it cleaned up and painted. Just because I care. Where's the wrench at? See if it's right here. If it'll let me. If it'll let me. Doesn't need to be extremely tight, but it needs to not leak. See if I can't find us a happy medium here somewhere. There, that should be good. Give me enough room to get in there and clean up a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and put the drain plug back in, and a little plug back in here, and we'll dump the new oil in it. Well, hopefully that funnel's gonna work for us. Hopefully not make a huge mess of things, but I looked online at lunchtime there, and then it's tractordata.com states that it's supposed to take 5.7 liters of engine oil, or 6 quarts. So I got enough oil, and I think we'll dump 5.5 in and see how it goes. This may take a minute to go in there, so can't pour too fast. You're just gonna dump it right down the side. I put the drain plug back in the oil pan in case you guys are wondering. Oh yeah, been there, done that. Give yourself a free engine flush. Spilling a little bit now. I want to put another coat of paint on this axle too at some point. Anyway, you guys get the idea how to do this. I'm not going to make you guys watch this too much. I did away with the funnel. I found out this is going to work a lot better for us. Just look at that. But the way the hood is on this tractor makes it kind of a pain. That's basically it. I didn't make a big mess, so I'm going to dump about 3 quarts of this in there. I figured out, I think I said earlier in the video there, Hart-Parr takes about 8 liters of oil, so, or 2 gallons. We'll dump about 3 quarts of this in there, and it should be just about perfect. Well, I dumped gas and water in it. As you can see, I had half washed the front of the tractor, so I guess I'll turn the gas on and we'll see what she'll do. Oil level's good, the battery's still on charge. It probably won't start with the starter, so I'm going to give it a crank start, see what she'll do. Always make sure your tires are neutral before you do this. Give her a shot of choke. Turn the ignition switch on, that helps too. Maybe not. Need a little more gas. We'll give her another go and see what she'll do. Wasn't too bad. That tractor hasn't run since the 9th of September, 2020. little bit. Oil pressure is good. No leaks. No leaks, no leaks. Gee, I didn't think I put that much gas in it, but it idles right along. I hope you guys enjoyed that short little video. Spring is in the air, of course, and maybe next week we'll go at the 1828 and see if we can get it to start. Well, I'm pretty sure it'll start, because, I mean, when it runs, the whole neighborhood knows when it runs. So, anyway, we'll do an oil change on that next week and give it a little spring start up, and we'll go from there. So, anyway, thanks for watching as always. Please comment, rate, subscribe. I wanted to say thank you to all my new subscribers I got there. I got like almost 50 in the last week, so thank you guys for that, and stay tuned.